Hey, what's up YouTube? Balder here, and I am playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. Never played Euro Truck Simulator 1, but Euro Truck Simulator 2 is an awesome game. Go get it. It is deceptively fun. You know, you're thinking, driving trucks, who the fuck wants to do that? But at the same time, you know, it's just get the game. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, that's not really the point of this video. This isn't a Let's Play. This is another one of my blogs, and for the most part, there is one thing that has been on my mind quite a while, and this has to do with marketing for video games, particularly YouTube's role in marketing. Now, if you are wondering, I do believe that YouTube is very important when it comes down to the marketing of video games. You can have ads on TV, you can put coupons in the mailbox, I don't know. Or you can advertise on the radio, I've seen that once. But the thing about it is that when we are talking about marketing, I do believe YouTube has a huge impact on the industry. Why do I say that? Well, there is one thing that I did notice in terms of trends. Back in 2010, 2011, you actually had a situation where the mobile market was dominating the console PC market. You know, the hardcore gamer demographic was kind of shrinking, and well, that makes quite a bit of sense because for the longest time video games were making less money while their expenses were adding up. It was an unsustainable type of business model. But at the same time, well, around 2012, video games started to bounce back up. And then we saw a huge surge in PC gaming. Now that is interesting because when we talk about that, the resurgence of video games and how they're becoming more popular, you need to realize that pace-wise, at the very least, definitely not sales-wise, the PS4, Xbox One are actually outselling their previous generation counterparts, which is really interesting in my opinion because that means that there is a healthy economy going on, and you need to understand that this came out in 2013, and the trend really just started to pick up quite a bit. What is more interesting is the PC gaming market. That one has been on the back burner for quite a while, I'd say since the early 2000s. Maybe mid-2000s is when consoles really started to become more popular with the 360 and PS3. The funny thing about it, though, is that in 2014, PC gaming has started to outsell console gaming, and this includes hardware and software and games. Now, what is also interesting with that is that with PC, or with Let's Players on YouTube, you need to understand that most of them are PC gamers. The most popular one, PewDiePie, is an avid PC gamer for, well, very good reasons. With PewDiePie, he is a PC gamer. Mostly he does phone games and all that stuff, but that's because he's big time. But if you look at other Let's Players, you have Roboz, you have several Let's Players. I think, I don't know, Northern Lion's a pretty big PC gamer as well. I think he's exclusively PC gamer. But don't quote me on that, I could be wrong. But for the most part, you know, you have most Let's Players, big time and small time, being PC gamers. The only exceptions I can think of are Kobanarmani and Game Grumps. Even then, Game Grumps has Steam Train, which I believe is exclusively PC. But there is a reason for that. And And the reason being is that it's a lot easier to record PC games than it is to record any type of console game. So, take a look at this gameplay footage right now, and I'm sorry that my driving is shit. But with this game, all I did was record on Fraps, record this audio file, this is a post-recording, on Sony Vegas, converted it, uploaded it to YouTube. There, done. I didn't pay a whole lot of money for that. There was definitely money spent for Vegas and Fraps, but aside the point, those aren't necessarily required either. You could easily record video games with OBS and then edit it with Windows Movie Maker. It's really easy to do. So yeah, it's not that big of a hassle to record, edit, and convert game files or video files. Now, consoles, on the other hand, that is a different story. See, in order for you to record consoles, you need a specific form of hardware known as a capture device. It can come in the form of a PCI or PCI Express capture card that goes into your desktop, or it could be an outside unit. Hauppauge is generally the biggest name, though I think AverMedia also makes capture cards. Needless to say, you need that. That is a requirement for you to record console games, and that really disappoints me because I would love to do a Let's Play of Heavier Rain. That would be awesome. It would be so tits, literally, even though I can't show them on YouTube. But I would need to fork out at least $30, more so even $100 for this type of recording. So in the end, that makes it to the point where most Let's Players are going to be going on PC because it is easier and it is cheaper. Now, before you jump to conclusions, I know I am implying that correlation equals causation, and I know that isn't necessarily true, because if it were, then pirates would be, or the lack of pirates would be the cause of global warming. Obviously, that is not the case. So, yeah, there are definitely certain types of, arguments to be made that correlation does not equal causation, and there are definitely other factors. I mean, PC gaming is cheaper, it has a lot of free-to-play games, it has a lot of MOBAs, which has a crazy-ass demographic going on. So, yeah, there are definitely other factors, but it is interesting that from a marketing standpoint, I mean, how are people going to know about these types of games? Are they going to be going, looking around forums saying, oh, hey, look at that. That looks interesting. No, not exactly. I learned about Euro Truck Simulator from Giant Bomb. And I bought it because of those guys. And they have a Let's Play channel on YouTube. So that's where I learned about the game. And looking at my Steam account, there's actually quite a few where I just bought out of Let's Plays. Analog: A Hate Story, AVGN Adventures, Anti-Chamber, Arma, Audiosurf, Banished. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. Democracy 3, Hotline Miami, all of them are Let's Plays, and that's pretty much how marketing works. You're going to get a lot of... You are going to get a lot of exposure to different types of games if you are exposed to the various Let's Plays. And Let's Plays are obviously the most popular thing on YouTube at the time, so there's a reason why I justify the correlation equaling causation. On the other hand, if we look at the practices of, let's say, Nintendo, where they actually pursue and negatively affect Let's Players who play their content, they aren't doing so well. Sales could be much better. Definitely they're doing better than the Xbox One, but they had a year head start. And while they may have issues such as difficulty with programming, not being very fond of third parties, and having very expensive hardware while liking their core system, there is still the fact that they aren't necessarily getting any advertisement out of this. In fact, I haven't really seen any Wii U Let's Plays short of Zombie U way back in 2012. And that's saying something, because I have played Mario Kart 8. It is wonderful. It is great. But at the same time, I haven't seen any Let's Plays on it, because Nintendo was actually really aggressive in pursuing it. And if you talk to Let's Players, they say, yeah, you will get third-party flags on it, and that's not good. Not good in the slightest. So, yeah, definitely not good. Because what YouTube Let's Plays are, they are free forms of advertisement. Yeah, you don't have to pay these people anything to get your product out there to the public, to show them what's going on and what your game is like. It's free advertisement. So if you're not going to allow people to play the to show the gameplay footage of Super Smash Bros., well, sucks for you. Many people are going to be watching Euro Truck Simulator. That's really kind of a thing. But what's also interesting is that the best-selling console, the PS4, I believe either allows you to upload gameplay footage, or at the very least is going to implement it. I hope they didn't cancel it, because that is a brilliant idea. Because they know what's going on. That's free advertisement. You upload stuff to the PS4 from the PS4, and you just made it easier to upload videos on a console than it is to a PC. That would be groundbreaking. That would be amazing, and I hope they follow through on that, because it is a brilliant marketing strategy. Absolutely brilliant, and I love it. But needless to say, it is interesting how the PS4 is, in fact, the most popular console of this generation, easily outperforming the Wii U and the Xbox One. For good reasons as well, because, well, there are other factors, as I said. You know, I'm sure there are quite a few people with Xbox Ones who would do Let's Plays, and I'm sure they exist, but like I said, correlation doesn't necessarily equal causation. The Xbox One has quite a few other problems. I mean, let's take, for example, their issue with how you charging, or them charging you more money for an inferior system, having an always-on Connect, almost doing DRM policies, and it's just a lot of bullshit that they did, and they suffered for it. So obviously, marketing and Let's Plays aren't going to do that. But at the same time, they don't have any exclusives. You can get any game that the Xbox One has, except for Forza 5, on either the PS4 or PC. So you do not need an Xbox One to do your Let's Plays of. And I don't even know why you'd want to do that either, Jesus Christ. But that's aside the point. Either way, I do believe that YouTube has a big impact on gaming, because these Let's Players show people what the game is like, and if people find it fun or interesting, they're going to buy it, and it's simple as that. Anyway, that's my thought on the whole issue with marketing and YouTube. I think it's a big factor, and I think game companies should not take it for granted. But with that said, I also want to say that this is my 100th video. Yes, this 100th video is a rant or blog or whatever you want to call it, but either way, I am kind of shocked. 100 videos? God damn. And I'm getting more views per day. More and more people are watching my videos, and I'm happy about that. But, you know, I digress. There are other things that I'd like to do as well, but I am going to be making more videos. This is my 100th video, and I am happy about that. But with that said, like and favorite this video and subscribe. There are plenty more videos where that came from, so you have a nice day.